Jesus Christ was an outstanding teacher, a good moral man, a charismatic leader, and a powerful prophet. But was he God? Really? This is the subject of John chapter 5. Hi, I'm Robin Heiskell, and this is In a Minute. We are reading through the Bible book of John, one chapter a day, 5 days a week. Let's take a couple of minutes and discuss what we're about to read. John chapter 5 opens with the third miracle of Jesus recorded in the Gospel of John. Now remember, John specifically chose to record only 7 miracles performed by Christ. He called them signs because each of them show the deity of Christ. This miracle takes place on the Sabbath near the temple in Jerusalem. According to Old Testament law, one day a week was to be different than the others. On that day, work was to cease and worship of God was priority. Keeping the Sabbath day holy is actually one of the 10 commandments given by God in Exodus. Unfortunately, over the years, the religious leaders lost sight of the intent of the commandment, and they formed all kinds of man-made traditions around it. By the time of Christ, there were 39 different classifications of work that violated the Sabbath. Carrying your bed or mat was one of them. And that's why the man who was healed drew the attention of the religious leaders. It's important to understand that Jesus did not break the Old Testament law. He violated the traditions and petty rules that had grown up around the law. Now, isn't it interesting that the man did not really know who Jesus was when he was healed? And it's more interesting that Jesus sought him out later and identified himself to the now completely well man. Once the religious leaders found out that it was Jesus who healed the man, they confront him. And Jesus really gets them riled up when he claims equality with God. Jesus and God are equal because they are in complete unity. Any action from the Son is impossible without the Father. The works of Jesus are the works of God. Jesus sort of puts his claims on trial when he speaks of witnesses. In Jewish law at that time, what a person said or claimed about themselves was not accepted. The truth had to be established by 2 or 3 witnesses. Jesus shows that he is the Son of God through the witnesses of John the Baptist, his own works, which were prophesied about in the Old Testament, and the witness of the Scriptures. Jesus, the Son of God, came in human form by the authority of the Father to reveal God to us and to show us the way to reconnect with God. Some of the religious leaders who should have recognized him because they studied the scriptures that talked about him, they rejected Christ. This faith that we have in Christ is not built on flimsy, groundless foundation. It is strong and true, and Jesus is still showing evidence of his presence and power to us. And as you read today, pray that Christ will make you aware of his presence in your life and keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open for his work because you will see it. He does. He wants us to be aware of his love and grace and his power every day.